Radiance, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to picture a mother in Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State. Her 4-year-old daughter is running temperature, burning with fever. She has to take her to the closest hospital, clinic, or emergency. But the closest clinic is more than 20 kilometers away. Not just that, that same clinic has no medicine for her sick daughter. Now look up. Above her, there's a private jet landing in a brand new Gateway Agro Cargo International Airport. That same Gateway Cargo International Airport in Ogun State, above her, while she's crying, carrying her sick baby, costs a whopping 1.18 trillion naira. Taxpayers' money. Taxpayers funded. 1.18 trillion naira. That's what that cargo airport is estimated to have cost. The child is dying. Hospitals don't have medicine for sick people. Yet, the government has money to fund an elephant project. The President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, calls this new project tomorrow's prosperity. But I call it wickedness. Absolute wickedness. I call it absolute wickedness. And why do I say so? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you're watching me from. I'm your host for today. I'm Chika. Welcome to the Raging Hot Mic podcast. If you're enjoying my podcast, smash the like button, follow or subscribe, drop your comments and share. The Raging Hot Mic podcast is the home of the uncomfortable truths and the community of the Raging Radiance. Now let's go. How do you justify spending over 1.12 trillion naira for a brand new cargo airport when more than 28 million of our kids are roaming the streets with basically no book? They don't have books. Nigeria, we are not fighting war. The government said they didn't even call them terrorists. They call them bandits. They say we have bandit problem or banditry in the country. Angola fought war for ages. Mozambique had issue with war. Lebanon is fighting internal displacement. Iraq has had serious war or wars. Iran has their own issues. Yemen, I think, is still fighting war till today. Syria fought war for ages. I can go on and on and on. Can go on and on and on. Yet, despite all these countries, Nigeria is embarrassingly topping the charts when it comes to out of school children. We have the highest out of school children in the whole world. This should be a massive embarrassment for us. This is something that keeps me awake every night. We have the highest out of school children. Do you know how much we are losing as regards productivity? Do you know the time bomb we are sitting on with all these kids out on the streets? Most of the time, 80% of the time, it ends in violence. Because they can only beg for some time. They'll start taking laws into their hands. Yet, we are not looking for ways to address the situation. We are not funding education. How many schools are we funding? Look at our allocation for education. Substandard. UNESCO says we have at least 15% of the budget has to go into education. What's the percentage in Nigeria? Do you understand? I don't even think we spend up to 5% of our budget in education. Yet, we have money to build international cargo airports. Who is funding these airports? Taxpayers. They are using your money. he calls it gateway to the world. How can we be displaying airports, referring to it as gateway to the world, when the gateway to our farms is filled with blood stains and bandits? We can't even go to the farm. So this airport is supposed to transport our agricultural products to the rest of the world. Which products? The products that we cannot harvest, the products we cannot plant, the products we claim bandits or Fulani herdsmen have stopped us from harvesting. How many of us still farm? Every day is story about who was killed in the farm. Instead of allocating some of these funds into fighting banditry and fighting it forever, the government is busy building airports. This isn't governance. Rather, it is photo op. Yeah. It's a way of laundering their image for the international community. The government is building monuments for the rich and graves for the poor. Yeah. Because if they cannot afford money or funding for schools, they cannot afford. The Minister of Health just came out and said he's only received, I think, 35 million for capital projects. Capital projects. That is building of new hospitals, renovating of the hospitals, equipment, apart from paying of salaries. Capital projects, only 35 million for a whole department of health. In the US, the biggest department is the Department of Health. Yet, Nigerian Department of Health receive only 35 million. So is it not funding graveyards for the poor? What else are they doing? This government says they are renewing our hope, but for the mother who lost her baby in Ijebu because there was no 5,000 naira for ambulance, that hope isn't just dead. It was murdered by this same government that prefers building concrete to human lives. Yes, Calabar Lagos Coastal Road is more important. It's the most important thing we need. The local roads have not been attended to. Look at how bad our local roads are. Yet, we are funding Calabar Lagos Coastal Road. For context, the Gateway International Agro Cargo Airport in Ogun State is reported to have cost a whopping $800 million. That is a staggering 1.12 trillion naira for 4 kilometer runway and a new state airline. They are still bent on having state airlines, government funded airlines. When we will learn? We've done Nigerian Airways how many times? How many times have we tried to resuscitate Nigerian Airways? The last one, we went to Ethiopia to bring airline and then repaint it. In the next 2 years, you start hearing report about they are still funding Ogun State Airport or Ogun State Airline, Gateway Airline. Aviation is not something, if you don't have the funds, you should go into. It's not. It requires massive funding. Massive. Our children are not in school. We have high mortality rate. We are the highest number when it comes to kids below 5 years in the whole world. Kids born below 5 years, 5 years and below, mortality rate. Nigeria is the highest. Yet, we are building airports. Misplaced priority. Now, who is this airport for? Is it for the average man that cannot afford 1,300 naira fuel? So they will now, if they cannot afford 1,300 naira petrol, are they going to afford aviation fuel? Or is aviation fuel cheaper than petrol? So what are they talking about? Nigeria reported to have more than 35 million people that are going to face extreme poverty this year. So are they these 35 million people that the World Bank projects we face extreme poverty? Are they the ones that will use the airport? I know you say in your mind, forget about World Bank. They are giving false statistics. But why is it that when the World Bank says something right about the government policies, they take it? Do they choose which one to take and which one to drop? When you criticize this government as regards macroeconomics, they refer to IMF for you. So when I bring World Bank criticism, they will now tell me it doesn't belong here. No, you don't get to choose which one to use and which one not to use. Now, most people think an airport is a one-time cost. This isn't. Rather, it's a permanent subscription to poverty. Airport. Now, let me break it down for you. For a mid-sized international cargo airport, for annual maintenance, which includes running airway repairs, lighting, security, aviation fuel for ground ops, and then specialized staff, this can cost between 15 to 35 billion naira yearly. 15 to 35 billion naira yearly. That's the maintenance of an airport. So we Ogun State even make up that money from the cargo, the one that they will have different price for the government. Have you ever cleared cars from Lagos Seaport? Have you ever cleared cars? You see that what you pay is different from what is in the receipt. 2027 Toyota Corolla can cost you up to 2 million naira to clear, but in the receipt you see 100,000 or 50,000 naira. So where did the other money go to? You don't know till today. So for the state to even break even, it requires massive tons of agricultural products. So where are they going to get it from? From where? From the farmlands that are now producing nothing because people no longer farm. Do you know what banditry or terrorism has cost us as regards farming and agriculture? Do you know what it has cost us? So where are they going to get the money? Now, do Nigerians fly that often? In America, not every state has to have airports. Oklahoma City or Oklahoma, the state of Oklahoma, you people know them with Oklahoma City Thunders. They won the NBA championship last year. OKC Thunder. The state of Oklahoma just had their first airport. I think last year or last 2 years. Their first airport. They didn't have airport. You don't need to have airport. If your neighboring state has airport and they have the funds to fund it, all you need to do is to construct or have good routes that go straight to the airport or trains. That's what you do. Airport is subsidized. Forget, airports is highly subsidized by the government because it is a way of foreigners or tourists or people coming into your country. That's why they subsidize it. So that is why state people should not even go close. Many state governments. International carriers are not going to land in a secondary airport in Ogun State when they can use Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos. So why? When Murtala Mohammed is there, how many tourists come to Ogun State? Or you think people will leave Lagos to use Murtala Mohammed Airport? So what are we really saying? Or are these guys making money from these elephant projects? There's something they're not telling us. Hospitals are not funded. Schools are not funded. Banditry is the order of the day, yet we are funding airports. There's something that is not adding up. It's not just adding up. How many agricultural products does Ogun State even produce, or the whole of the Southwest? How many? Or it's from Benue they'll bring it from, or Plateau, or Kano. When people cannot even travel during the day, they cannot go through road. People are kidnapped daily, plying the road. So it is now goods that, or trucks will now carry goods where human beings are being kidnapped, and trucks are slower. So what are we really doing? Now, this airport will likely generate less than 30% of its own operating costs. Then who pays the difference? This airport cannot generate 100% of the operating costs. I just told you that the operating cost is 15 to 35 billion naira yearly. So who will pay the difference? Your guess is as good as mine. You, the taxpayer, you are the one that will pay the remaining costs. Or they will go and collect loan again and pay. They will go and collect loan, maybe this time from Hong Kong or from China. Do you understand? The taxpayer pays the difference. Every year, money will be diverted from hospitals and schools just to keep the lights on the empty airport. My state has an airport. It's not working. The Minister of Works is the one that started the project. Ask him how many times he has used the airport. Whenever I see the Minister of Works, whenever I see him, the first question is, the Professor of Engineering. Is he Professor Emeritus? Professor Emeritus of Engineering, when last did you use the Boy Airport? Ask him that question. Ask Dave Umahi, the Professor of Engineering, Emeritus. He has even retired. He's so good, he has even retired. Ask him how many times has he used the airport that he built in Ogun State, so that you understand. He has not gone far. Now, the Nigerian Post Authority, the third one, claims to generate hundreds of billions in revenue. Remember, Post Authority. Yet, this same government recently signed a £746 million deal with the UK and Citibank. The Post Authority claims billions and billions of money generated from the Post Authority. When they ask you, Lagos has so much money. Yes, Post Authorities have. Do you know how much Lagos makes? Oh, the Post Authority. Yet, this same government went to UK. UK bailed out the Post Authority. If they generate that kind of money, why did they need loan from UK? 746 billion to bail them out. Do you understand? Just to modernize Apapa and Tinkan Island ports. So if these cash cows are so profitable, why is the government borrowing nearly 1.27 trillion from UK just to fix them? If they're not profitable, why can't you get money from the income that they're providing? It is because the revenue is swallowed by corruption. Yes, they're generating money. So then it's not that, but corruption. I just asked you a question. When have you ever cleared goods or cleared car? Ask anybody that used to clear car. One of the reasons why people don't like sending cars again from abroad, from the US, for example, is the clearing. It's not what it is written. You pay like 20 times. Your receipt says 50,000. They're charging you 2 million. So where is the rest going to? You don't know. Who will you ask? No one. So the seaport is left to rot because corruption has swallowed all the profits. The Gateway Airport is just another tin can. Yes, just another tin can. They build it with loans. It fails to make profit because of bad roads and then high fuels. And in 10 years, we'll be borrowing from China or from Bangladesh just to rehabilitate a runway that was never ever used. That is what will happen. That is what will happen. People are hungry. Kids are out of school. People are dying in hospitals. The Minister of Health is saying he received over only 35 million naira for capital projects. We are building airports in a state that is very close to Lagos State. It can't be more than 1 hour or 2 hours drive to Lagos. They can't work on the train system. They can't work on the road. But they are building airports. In conclusion, Radiance, you've said it before. You don't build the roof of a house when the foundation is on fire. Yeah. You don't build the roof of the house when the foundation is on fire. The APC is obsessed with legacy projects that look good on CNN but feel like a slap in the face of the hungry man. They're obsessed. The APC. Monuments. Elephant projects. They call it development. It's wickedness. People are hungry. Do you understand? How can we afford an airport when the man on the street cannot even afford a loaf of bread? What is the minimum wage? Minimum wage is 70,000. What is rent? What is fuel? Fuel is 1,300. But we are affording money for airports. Is this tomorrow's prosperity or today's delusion? It's delusion. Drop your comments below. Are you eating infrastructure for today? Is that what you're eating today? If that is what you're eating, drop it. I'm out. We'll continue to criticize them until they change. Peace.